As part of Gregg's giving back to the community, Gregg advocates for access to hospice and palliative care for low-income seniors. So please join me in welcoming Gregg.
We are creatures of habit. Do you know what's so great about being a creature of habit is you are at your most productive when you are in that comfort zone. When you've got that habit ingrained in you and you keep deepening the groove in your brain of that and getting those neural pathways fired up, you're at your most productive. Think about that. You're in your zone, you're in your comfort zone. That's when you don't even think about the work you do, you just do it. Your energy's just being used. It doesn't take a lot of energy to do that work, and you're in that zone. You don't even know how time passed. And then you're forced to step out of your comfort zone and try a new habit. That takes energy to do that. Do New Year's resolutions work? No. Writing it down, I'm going to quit smoking, I'm going to lose 20 pounds, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be nice to people at work, whatever your New Year's resolution is. Just writing it down as a goal does not make it true, right? I mean, it's a start. At least you wrote it down versus just thinking about it. You got to put all the stuff in place to create that new habit, or you're not going to be able to do it. If all of you have complained about a meeting, which you probably all have complained about a meeting in your life, you are committed to something under that. You're committed to either being more productive, you're committed to staying on agenda, you're committed to not having a bunch of different side talks going on. You're committed to something. And if people identify that for you, you can move into changing that if you need to or if it's appropriate to do that. So this is your fourth strategy. You can move people through change as much as problem solving. And you are all good problem solvers or you wouldn't be in your job. I want to make people's lives better too at work when they come to me with a problem. But sometimes I can't. If you come and say, hey, I don't have time, I don't have the money, I can't solve your time problem for you, but you still got to do it so I can acknowledge it. If I don't acknowledge it, I will leave you stuck. You can acknowledge in a more meaningful way, and I've underlined when appropriate. If it's appropriate for you to help solution the issue with that person, then get to what they're committed to. Because if you get to their commitment, you will keep them on board your train. If you just label them as a complainer and go, yeah, I hear you, it's crappy. Versus, yeah, I hear that that's a bit of a problem because you're really committed to being on time or you're committed to being productive. The person's like, you're right. They're in there with you, problem solving. And that's what you want. You don't want to push people away during change, except for the jerks. You want to pull people close. If you keep them with you through the change process, and I don't care what type of change it is, you're more likely to complete it on time and on budget. You all have that ability to create change. It doesn't need to be that complex. If you use these 5 practical strategies on a daily basis, you'll create those new neural pathways, and I guarantee you will watch your life change. Thank you.